Hey folks, I got something different for you today. Let's talk about climbing, but let's also talk about challenges. I get lots of questions about motivation, so I got something for you that I call fun. It's not going to sound like fun, but I want you to get creative. Always be alert to a routine that you're slipping into that's kind of dull, okay? So, I'm at the base of Brown Carrick, not a well-known climb in the world of climbing, but I'm going to use it to climb Ben Nevis. No, don't worry, I've not virtually flown off to the exotic town of Fort William. I'm only 5 miles from my home. And this climb is only half a mile long. Oh, coach, half a mile? It's got an average gradient of 11%. So to climb Ben Nevis, I need to climb 1440 metres, okay? 1,400, roughly, metres. We're going to call it 1,500 metres. So that's going to put me somewhere around 4,700 feet. Let's go for 5,000. But the thing is, this is going to be challenging because I'm going to have to put round about 12 climbs in to get that. That's 12 climbs at half a mile, round about 6 miles, 10k, average 11%. So I can take a small climb and I can make it into a big climb. Yes, it's monotonous because I've got to go up and down, but I'm going to be creative every time I climb. I'm going to focus on different things on each corner and I'm going to share it with you. And from this is a launch pad because the next challenge is Mount Blanc, highest mountain in Europe. And the next challenge, shout it out. Yeah, Mount Everest. So it doesn't matter what level of fitness you've got, you can do all of these things. You don't have to go very far, even small climbs, if you've got the willpower to ride up and down several times, maybe hundreds of times for some people. But hey ho, everything's a challenge in life. That thing behind me is a challenge, but it ain't as bad as life itself, is it? And remember, you're already maybe part bulletproof. Okay, let's go for this. Oh yeah, by the way, this climb's got sections at 25%. Yes. Shall we talk about some gearing? Yes, not what I'm wearing, okay, but the gearing on the bike, but we'll do that in a little second. Let's scout the first climb and I'll share with you what I've got on my cycle computer, what I'm measuring, okay, because we got no heart rate or power today. Why? Because it screws up with the Wi-Fi with my microphone, but I'm going to be going on feel. Okay, we're going to use this little turning point as our base camp. So we're going to come off that corner there and come in here. Easy, okay? So this will be a turning point and we can then lap from here. So I always suggest, if you've got your climb, you want to do it with a tailwind going up. Now I've chosen badly today. The wind should be blowing behind me. It normally is. Today it's decided to be an arse and it's going to be a headwind, crosswind, but there isn't much wind. And guess what? I'm going to be travelling fairly slowly up this climb. So it's not going to be a big factor. And anyway, I'm here. So I'm going to do it anyway. So I want you to have that type of mindset. You just get on with it and get it done. Now, here's my computer. So you can see that I have got on there, I've got time, I'm going to look at what I'm doing going up, my total ascent, and then the gradient. Now that's just one of my screens. I've got other ones set up, but that gives me a running sort of score of where I'm at and I can keep an idea. And I'll share at the top when we do this first scouting one, how much altitude we've got. I've got 66 metres that I've climbed to get here. Yes, hell, I'm using that as my total. Okay, I live in Scotland. Nothing's flat. My bed's flat. I'm thinking of my bed right now. None of that shitty talk. Let's get ready to rumble. Do you see the sheep looking at me? Yeah, don't worry, they don't know me. Now this may be comical because I am going to try and hold the camera rather than mount it on the bike and ride with you on this first one. Okay, so let's have a little look. We're still at 66. You can probably hear the wind kicking in. So, 66, we're at the base, 4%. Okay, we're going to be trying to do it one-handed. We're going to have to come out of that gear, so we'll gear down. I'm going to talk about gearing at the top. Okay. 10%, 11. The camera will go down. And I have to stand up. That's a fail. 14%. 15. Come on, you old Scottish bitch, get up there. 16. 17. Does it look like 17%? 18. Oh, I nearly lost it there. Right. Oh, how 16% feels easier. 10. So much nicer. Don't try this at home holding the camera on a tripod. Okay, cattle grid. Ready? I'm going to speed up and then cruise over. Okay, now, technical section ahead. We've got hairpin. Now, normally, if I haven't got the camera, I would stand up. This gets steep. Now I'm going to take this hairpin wide because it's wet on the inside, and then we'll use the angle just to kick across. Sometimes that can give us a little bit of a boost. And the surface here is shit. We're kind of gravelly now, aren't we? Now, because it's dry, we've got great traction, so not a problem when I do stand up. Now on these climbs, cycle with your ears. That means you're always listening. There's no one on the car here normally, but listen out for freewheeling, noisy bikes. Right, got another hairpin. This ramps up again. Take that line there. A little bit easier. I'll give you a little look. Back down. I can see a tent. Somebody's camping up here. They're going to think I'm fucking daft when they see me for the 12th time. Or even the second. Beautiful up here. Hiya! Giving us a wave. It digs in again. We can just see the masts through the, I'm going to say wildflower. I've no idea. Yellow bush. What's it looking like behind? It's quite a misty day, so can't see too well. I'll give you a little look behind. Okay, we're approaching the half-mile mark. Just up here. See where the tree line is? And that little road that goes up to the mast. But there's a gate on that, so I'm not going to piss about. Going over a gate. This is our turn point. Okay, so let's break it down. Boom, 166. So we got just over the 100 metres, yeah? So that's going to give us, yeah, we're going to be looking at 12 to 13. We want to hit that 1440. That's going to be the target. The next one will be easier. I won't be holding this bloody thing. Hopefully that gave you an idea. So what I'm going to be focusing on, and I'll talk a little bit about it, is each climb, I'm going to have a key focus on different little sections. I'm going to speed up, slow down, but I'm going to be using my body weight mostly. So I'm going to be going fairly easy. I'm not going to push the climbs. Let's talk about gearing, yeah? Okay, SRAM Force, lovely piece of kit. Now I've got a 34 option. Okay, so you can see there, I've got 3 gears still left from that climb. If you've watched my other videos, we keep that relationship to a 1.0 gear ratio. So you divide the biggest on the back with the smallest on the front. I've got 1.0. So I know that that is enough gear to go up most climbs. You've just seen me go up there. And yeah, panting I know, but we got up, didn't we? Now, I'm going to break this down into threes. So let's do 3, see where we are, have a little break, do another 3, and that'll give us our 4 sets of threes for the 12. We'll see how we're going. Okay? Right, we're going back down. We're going back down at speed. Okay, we're 3 in. We've got 377 altitude. It's just started to rain. So that's not a bad thing. That's not going to stop us. The rain's actually going to keep me probably a little bit cooler. If it gets really heavy, it may have an issue with the traction, but I'll talk about that and how we can avoid that. So on those first 3, I was focusing on the first part of the climb, that difficult part. It's a quarter of a mile where it gets really steep, and I was picking the point where I got out the saddle, and I was trying to replicate that. So in the next 3, I'm going to focus on the section between the cattle grid and the hairpin. I'm going to prick different lines through the hairpin. I'm going to go wide to inside, and then I'm going to play around, see if I can get the inside if it doesn't get too wet. So this allows me to cognitively interact with the climb rather than just making it one after the other after the other. I hear lots of people, oh, that's really boring, I'm not going to do that. Okay, you're always trying to be creative. Don't do the same thing. Isn't that what Einstein, I can't even say it, isn't that what Einstein said is the sign of madness? Keep doing the same thing and expect a different result. Okay, we've got a dog coming, so I'm going to get on with the next 3 and maybe talk to you during one of them. Hey, we're still in the same gear. I've got 3 to play with, 9 to go. I've lost count. I was getting so many phone calls from family members about an event I've got to get to later today. I lost count. Then I was speaking to people who were giving me a clap on the way up. Then I spoke to somebody who's camping in a tent. So I even got halfway wrong. I'm at 911. I'm getting roughly 110 to 115 meters per climb, so 4.8. I've got 5 climbs to do, and I thought I was on number 9, but that would mean 14 climbs, but that would make sense. But Garmin, I think, is not calculating my altitude correctly, but who cares? I've got a tough little headwind for the last 50 meters when I come out of the trees. So, that's where the mindset challenge is. We'll get there, okay? Little drink, big suck of air in, and let's crack on. Okay, we're coming up to the finish. I've lost count how many climbs I've done. I think it's 14, maybe 15, maybe 13. But do you see my point? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that I've had a headwind for the last 50 meters on each climb. It doesn't matter that the hill tried to really grind me down. It has been on this planet a lot longer than me and will outlive me and many others. A type of session like this, and let's say you only set 500 meters, it doesn't matter. It's not about the effort, the numbers, it's about the commitment, the will to achieve, to do it. A session like this opens up that attic space. Every climb you do, you want to stop. But I want to challenge you. There's one more. There's more in you. You get to the top and you get lovely views like that. Not bad, eh? Okay, so Ben Nevis achieved. Well, what are we at? That's saying 14, 13. I've got quite a bit of climbing. I'll touch in with you when I get home. So that was a bit of fun, type 1 and type 2. Because here's the key thing. When people say type 1 and type 2 fun, what do they actually mean? Well, for me, many people will watch this video and say, I can easily do that. Well, yeah, it's not a big climb challenge, but at 20% inclines over, I think 15 times, it grinds you down, it breaks you, but you don't give up. The thing is, a lot of people will look at efforts and think, I couldn't do that, I don't want to do that. I don't have the fitness, I don't have the capabilities. Or when it comes towards a difficult day in the saddle or a test day, you create negative energy. You fear failure, and then you try and avoid. You've got to embrace challenges, actually get excited about them, dial in. That's type 2 fun. This, I love it. Bring it on, I say. Do you love it? Yeah. Fitness is a journey. I'm 53 years old now. I can't do much in terms of achievements at the highest level. I don't care about that. I ride my bike because I can. And people in Bulletproof do exactly the same. But yet, they're in the top 1% VO2 for their age group. And that brings with it a lot more advantages. Okay, made it home. Overall altitude, what have we got? 1517. So, metric mile in the sky. Yeah, Ben Nevis challenge, tick. We can knock that one off. And now we can look forward to doing Mount Blanc. But even though this is not a huge altitude day, to achieve it in around about 3 hours, not bad. But that climb, oh, it grinds you down. Hey folks, if you want to learn how to become bulletproof, check out the next video. It might just change your life.